Today's episode of On Tap is brought to you by College Peep Show. Head on over to their website at repcps.com to check out their newest selection of hats, hoodies, tees, and drinking apparel. Use code ONTAP for 10% off your entire order. That's ONTAP, all capital letters, all one word. Back to the show.
Hey.
Boys, we're here. Check out the hardware.
Oh,
look at this.
God,
I'm off the market.
Yeah.
Hey, you're worth a little bit more with scrap weight now.
Tell that clown to fuck off because now I'm not single anymore.
You can't throw balls at clowns anymore. Or...
Quit DMing us. He hasn't actually.
DM'd us. No,
I had
not
people
anymore.
ask me, "Who's the name that they beeped out?" And I wouldn't even tell them. Disowned them.
Unspeakable.
Yeah,
we
Darwin
have
messaged me that day. He's like, "Who was it? Who was the guy you bleeped out? Wouldn't say his
Who
name."
did?
Darwin.
Darwin.
The day that
Oh,
episode.
that's
Yeah,
funny.
last Monday when that got released.
He met him. He met the guy.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So we have actually for the first time in a very long time a pre-show shot.
And I'm in. Dalton's
From
still,
Riley
Dalton's
Gainsforth.
rolling on a 2-day hangover actually.
I'm not hungover. I'm just.
Oh, just not in the mood.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
feel
feel that.
It is only 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Had I
Yeah.
Call it what
I
you
forget
want.
like that. Once I walk in that door and I come down these stairs into this dungeon, it's always 9, 10 o'clock.
Ooh.
Yeah,
okay, this thing is called Bumbo Rum Co. Apparently, it's from the Barbados.
Okay.
That's where Rihanna's from.
It is where from.
Ooh.
Well, only these two things come out of Barbados that we like: spiced rum and Rihanna.
Oh my god.
True
Rihanna
that.
is a goddess. Isn't she the queen? Or is that Beyonce? That's Beyonce.
Yeah, that's Beyonce.
Isn't she the queen?
That'd be a beautiful fight, though.
Who do we
Debatable.
hail to? Oh yeah, it's Rihanna.
I'd be hailing to Rihanna.
Here's the deal. I mean, this might be a hot take. I like Rihanna at least 100 times more than Beyonce.
I'm not a big Beyonce. I honestly, I would mix them up. You put them side by side, I couldn't tell you which
No,
one's which.
bro.
Shut
no
up.
way.
I
No
don't-
way.
I don't think I could. Pull them up. Pull 'em up.
Rihanna is an absolute 20,
Okay, throw me 2
and
pictures. and I
Beyonce
will
is
see.
on a good day.
Well, don't describe them
Kody.
to me before I choose.
Cody, you're fucking crazy, dude. Beyonce is
Seriously?
10 leagues out of Rihanna's. It's not even close.
No way.
I'll go to the fucking grave defending
I feel like
this.
that's a hot take. I feel like Rihanna is so much freaking hotter than Beyonce.
I'm with Cody on this one back here.
I need
No.
a side by side.
Wow. You know this is a nice bottle when there's a
Hey.
freaking cork and it's not fake.
Let me
Oh my god, do that again.
let me hit you with a social media fact here. On Twitter, Rihanna has 100 million followers. Beyonce only has 20 million.
Really?
Hey, bad girl Riri.
Yeah, well,
That's her handle
my
on
girl
Instagram.
likes to keep it offline, dude.
Oh wait, who's the one that does like girls? We run the world.
That's Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can't sit
yeah,
here and
that
tell
was
me
a
you
great
can't tell the
one,
difference.
wasn't it?
Tell me
Is that? Oh well, yeah, I can tell that. Oh,
You
okay.
cannot say that Love on the Brain is not 10 times better than
Work.
than
Okay, so the
trying to
one
think
on the
of a
right is
Beyonce song.
Rihanna.
I can't even
course.
name a Beyonce song. That's how much I don't like her.
Hey,
Beyonce.
let's
To the
go.
left, to the left.
Beyonce's way hotter than
Yeah,
Rihanna.
like
That's
like
an older one, but-
15-year-old fucking Beyonce song.
You think Beyonce's
fucking has
hotter?
been.
Dude, it's not even debatable.
Yeah, Beyonce's hotter than Rihanna.
I'm just gonna do little
In that
splashes here, just so we're not.
Really?
Oh, we don't.
You
You don't
like
want to do a
Rihanna?
little
No.
splash?
The left.
Oh,
You think
Rihanna.
Beyonce is prettier than Rihanna in this photo right now?
I think so.
I just disagree.
We do not have the same taste.
I'm with you, Dalton. I think Rihanna is just elite. I feel like it's known too. Like Rihanna is kind of like the sex symbol of hip hop. She kind of is. She, am I wrong?
Pop, not hip
Oh
hop.
yeah. Okay. Fair. But she's from Barbados, and so is this spiced rum that Riley Gainsforth so kindly gave us today. And Taylor was actually a little bit mad because it was in our wedding gifts, and on the box it says "for next podcast." She's like, "Oh, okay. So our wedding gift is just for you." I'm like,
You'll
"Yeah,
have
I
that.
guess so."
This is a sweet bottle.
Yeah, I love that. It's like got metal like glued to the front of it, but wow, that is sweet. It's like etched into the glass, the spot to put it.
That's probably
It
the
looks
nicest bottle
expensive.
I've seen.
We're off to look it up, Riley. See how cheap you are.
Price check
Yeah,
them.
Bumbo spiced rum. Here, well, give you guys.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you already
yeah.
get one?
Yeah, I get one. Ooh, do
You
we
want
why
it?
did I do 5?
Jacob.
Jake, do you want one?
Jake.
I'm good. I don't think it would go good with minty gum.
That's actually crazy. On the box, it says only to drink it with minty gum in your mouth.
Yeah. It's a Barbadosan
No, I'm
thing.
good.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Jake. You don't want none of this. I can
What's up?
Really?
dude, smell this, dude. This straight up
What do you call somebody from Barbados?
Barbadian
This isn't.
or barbarian?
This was not a setup for a joke. I'm genuinely curious. A barbarian. Yeah, be kind of dope.
Yeah, that's why Rihanna's uglier than Beyonce.
I know what I call him.
Barbarian.
She'd kill me any day.
I know what I call him. Lazy. That island hasn't changed in size in 100 years. Bringing some dirt already. My God.
You made that sound like it was a quote, but I don't think it was. From
No,
a
I
movie or
just made
something.
that up. I'm on vacation mode, buddy.
I enjoyed that. Cody's on vacation mode right now. Honeymoon starts right now with the boys.
My
before the
honeymoon
wife.
started last Wednesday, basically.
All right. You in on this, Dalton?
Cheers.
Is this a shot or are we supposed to like sip this?
I don't know.
It says sip it.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm not going to sip this.
That smells sweet.
Wow, I actually really like that.
I don't.
Seems like Tyler
There's
liked
like
it.
a lot of vanilla flavor to it.
Yeah, it's super smooth.
I bet. Here's the thing. We're also
I inhaled
drinking
a
it.
little bit of it.
We're drinking it at room temperature. So I think on ice this would actually be very good.
Oh, it actually got a little bit of butterscotch hint at the with the cough at the end. It brought out some like caramel.
That's actually how these professional whiskey guys do it. Is they cough and then the note that comes out of your throat when you're coughing, you gotta fluff it.
Oh,
Fluff the cake.
oh, is that hops? Do they have more hops?
I'm gonna guess they don't have hops in Barbados.
It's Barbadians, by the way.
Barbadians?
Or Bagans, whatever that is.
Oh, bargain buy.
Nope.
Oh,
An authentic
Bajans?
Caribbean legend, bumbu is masterfully blended by hand from island rums and native spices chosen from across the West Indies. Based on 16th century native recipes, bumbu reveals its history and craftsmanship.
that's phenomenal. I'm
in
really happy
every
you did
sip.
that.
Product of the Barbados. I'm hyped on this bottle. This is actually really sweet.
Yeah, thank you, Riley. Really appreciate Cody's
awesome.
wedding gift to the podcast.
Yeah. Always thinking of the boys. Those
Taylor
boys gotta stick
appreciates
together.
it too.
I love it. Yeah, so let's well, obviously we're here and Kody is now married. We talked about the hardware and stuff and the fact that you threw an absolute ripper of a wedding. Just incredible. You killed it, dude.
I appreciate it. Thank you. We put a lot of effort into making sure that the wedding was more than just a ceremony. Like for us,
That ceremony was so short.
the big meaning behind it was like we're here to party and we're here to enjoy the moment with our friends. Like we like the ceremonious aspect of it, and that is meaningful to us.
Yeah. Oh, for
but what's
sure.
more meaningful is having fun with our friends. So we wanted it to be more of a party than an actual
You
wedding.
guys are entertainers. Both of you are. You love to entertain everybody.
I was looking up some fun facts before we came here about weddings, and it was like almost 100% of people, if they could go back and redo their wedding, would spend more on entertainment.
Oh,
And I was
really?
like-
That's a good point. Well, that was our goal from the start. We're like, hey, we actually paid more for our DJ than we did to rent the venue.
Yeah. He was
He
was
fucking
amazing.
killed it.
Yeah, hey, we had Luke on the podcast here before, so some of our listeners might not recognize him. But Luke Brown,
Whiteout
Whiteout Entertainment, was our DJ. He did incredible.
Insane. What
Incredible.
The dance floor at this venue, you know how if you go to a wedding venue, they have it's like all carpet and then there's like a little area that's like wood flooring.
Yeah, it's like 15 by 15, maybe.
Let's give them the benefit and do 20 by 20.
Yeah.
3/4 of it was covered by DJ equipment.
Yeah, it was.
The DJ booth was 20 by 15 on a 20 by 20.
Yeah, yep.
It was unreal.
And
and then we moved the tables. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, that bass was so loud that there was an opposite wall of the speakers. On the other side of that wall was bookshelves, and we had to go in there and take things off of the shelves that were about to fall.
Oh yeah, Taylor was saying too.
they
We're
had,
in there and they heard stuff falling off the bookshelf.
Yeah, they had like little country flags sitting up there, and they were vibrating their way off. And then they had like glass framed like logos that were leaning, that hung, and you had to take them down.
Dude.
Pottery, things like that. I started grabbing everything that was breakable and put them on the ground.
What wedding have you ever been to that you have to do that? Like the bass was unreal.
You could
I
feel
love
it in your shirt.
I loved it.
Like it was like
was
vibrating
so
your clothes.
Someone came up to me at the wedding. It was, I don't remember who it was. It was an older aunt or uncle.
Yeah, an older person.
And they came up to me and were like, hey, do you think it'd be okay if I go ask the DJ if he'll play some older music for some of us? And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. You can try, but I really think he's just going to keep playing what he's playing. She's like, okay.
I thought about like, because the bass was scaring me a little bit. And I was like, it makes me feel a little weird. And I was like, I feel like I should ask him to turn it down. I was like, nah, that ain't going to fucking go well. I'm going to get called out and I'm just going to let it
That
happen.
was great. I thought it was perfect.
It's like no one's dropping dead yet, so we're
He
good.
threw a couple slow dance songs in there.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He
Couple
did a great.
slows.
I thought it was a great mix.
It was amazing.
A lot of remixes of like older songs, a lot of remixes of newer songs, some slow dance. I thought it was like the perfect
The
mix.
transitions were phenomenal. Like,
Elite.
And I do think that probably was the biggest wedding I've been to, but that was by far, by like times 2, the most people I've ever seen on the dance floor at a wedding.
Really?
You can never get people that engaged.
There was a lot of people
At
out
a
there all
wedding.
the time.
You know what did it?
The money.
No, Party in the USA.
Oh.
When that shit came on, dude, it doubled.
Always a banger, dude.
Okay.
Every girl that was sitting like wanted to, that song came on, they're like, oh, I'm in.
At our wedding, we decided to do for the grand march, for the entrance, for all of our bridesmaids and groomsmen, that we would do a competition for the best entrance to the whole thing would get $100. And then actually a few people in the audience ended up donating $600 more.
Yes.
So the winners of the grand march entrance got $700. And Tyler, who was my best man, and Abby, Dalton's wife, was Taylor's best woman, whatever that's
Matron of
called.
honor?
Matron of honor. And they came out and they had a money gun and they were shooting all this fake money into the crowd and everyone was cheering and they ended up winning it. And later on in the night, we find out, or not, well, the next morning, I guess we found out.
So a little backstory, that was at like 5 o'clock or whatever, early.
Right.
And a lot of people didn't come until 7 p.m.
For the reception. We did have a lot of
Yes.
friends that we just invited to the reception. Rather
So
than
they wouldn't have known
Why
that was fake money.
Why there's a shit ton of money everywhere.
it looked very
Here's
real.
the problem. It was 50s,
Tens.
5s, and 10s.
Yeah.
Okay. They looked undistinguishable from each other, and that except for it said motion picture use only, and they didn't feel real.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was difficult to tell.
Everybody's blackout drunk too.
Dude.
So we come to find out the next morning that people were using the fake money. Granted, they didn't know it was fake money, but
You'd like to
they were
think they didn't
using
know.
them at the bar. And they were buying drinks with all this fake cash that was on the dance floor. But here's also the thing that made it 10 times more confusing. I know for a fact I saw some real 1s and real 5s on the dance floor.
there was no
so
ones
people
up.
were throwing real money amongst the fake money. So it was almost indistinguishable if you didn't know what you were looking at
So
between real and fake money on the dance floor.
you're telling me the lady that was like slowly sweeping it up was like making bank, kind of?
If she ever looked at
Maybe.
it, if she ever
Maybe.
went through it.
Yeah, good
I
point.
know one of the mechanic guys came up to Taylor's mom with a handful of fake cash, and he's like, "Hey, I wanted to grab this off the dance floor. I wanted to give it to you guys. I didn't know what to do with it. I mean, who should I give this to?" She thought it was all real.
She grabs it, just throws it in the crowd.
Put it back in there. Let's fucking mosh. Open up the pit. Open up the pit.
Yeah, one of my buddies that was at the wedding came up to me. He's like, dude, I found like $40 in cash on the ground. I look at it, right on it for motion picture. I was like, you dumb fuck.
So he thought it was real too.
Yeah, he did.
I suppose if you didn't know that they were fake, they do just feel like really brand new, crisp.
Yeah, I was gonna
money.
say you'd be like, "Oh, this must be that new shit."
Yeah.
Because I did think the
get it.
same thing. I saw the money on the ground, and at first I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then I remember I saw Tyler's story, so I figured it was just that, but people were definitely picking it up. People
Yeah,
thought they
so
just
funny.
they just hit it, dude.
It was unreal. But like Abby, like Dalton's wife, planned like that whole entrance and stuff, and we literally planned that like 10 minutes before we walked in the back room. Like,
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're gonna do this, and it was perfect.
What was
timing.
the song?
All we do is win.
All we do is win.
And right on the beat drop, my hands go up, and
Yeah.
then we blew the confetti
Yeah,
poppers.
yeah.
Money gun on me twerking, and it was phenomenal. Yeah,
That was
it killed
beautiful.
it. Yeah, and then later in the night, we just kept throwing more cash, and it just made the vibes elite because all these girls are like shoving it in their bras, like dancing
was
on,
cool. It was cool.
dance on the tables, just making it rain on everybody. Like it just made everybody in such this high state. It was incredible.
Did your buddies from You Betcha have anything to say? Like, I didn't know you country fucks could throw a party like this.
No, I know Matt, my flower boy. He works at You Betcha. He
Flower
had
man.
a great time. He had a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I know we were looking through our guest book this morning,
Yeah.
and Abby had her photo booth there.
Yep.
And people were gluing some of the photos in the book, and then
Ran out of glue.
Ran out of glue.
I never
It
took
was
a picture.
It was so cool. There were so many funny photos in that thing. Anyways, on Matt's page, it just says "full send" at the top of the page, and then just a bunch of little writing from his girlfriend on there. It was really nice, but Matt's "full send" across the top, and he was having a great time.
Oh yeah, he was loving it.
We got pretty liquored up. I was like, I don't think I had a normal. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I had one normal mixed drink. The rest of the night, I only had shots.
Dude.
People just kept feeding me shots the entire night. I told myself, Right when I got there, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to not have any energy drink, like shots or drinks tonight at all, because I know I'm not gonna be able to go to sleep. And that is all I had. I probably had 15 to 20 Chuck Norris's. Like they're easy shots, so that was good. But like throughout the whole night, I was liquored up.
The energy drinks too, yeah. They brought in like 4 cases of liquid ice probably.
We went through 5 kegs of Busch Light.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
Dude, it's cool. I've never been to a wedding like since I was like fucking 12. So I didn't know what to expect. And it blew every expectation I had. Every wedding from now on is probably going to suck.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
He messaged me on Thursday, and he's like, Tyler, like, is this like, should I really dress up for this? Like, what should I do? I said, dude, dress to impress. There's going to be bitches.
Which I did choose not to.
Yeah,
because,
unreal.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I ruin everything. And I knew I was going to go there for one reason, and it was to get fucking hammered. So I just couldn't get myself to do it. I had a tie, a dress shirt, dress pants, everything ready to go. Last minute, I was like, nope, not doing it. Threw on a polo shirt. I went short sleeve, was pretty insecure at first, but then I saw everybody pulling their sleeves up. I was like, all right, I'm the cool guy then. Yeah. I made the right choice.
Dude, I was sweating so bad, and I went up to like the other groomsmen. I'm like, hey, can you guys please take your shirts off under your vests so that I don't look like the only fag doing it? Like, I mean,
I was like, all right, buddy, you got it.
Keep it in.
I got fully peer pressured into taking my shirt off under the vest.
But yeah,
fully peer pressured.
I was so hot, dude. I was sweating so bad. I'm like, come on, I don't want to be the only person. And then I'm like, I know I'll get Kyle. I go over in the corner. Kyle is the beer lady. Is just like passed out in the corner, staring off into nowhere. Yeah, I'll do it.
That is so funny. Yeah, that was great. That was a lot of fun. Shit. Good times. I got an email this morning from the shuttle service that I was charged $262.50 because someone threw up on the shuttle that we got.
Yeah.
Biohazard fee.
Yeah. Shout out. Well, should I say his name? Should I call him on the podcast?
They know who it is. He knows who he is.
Yeah. So Alex Martinson, shout out. He Venmo'd me $260.50. So he did pay for it himself, which is awesome.
Man,
Thanks,
what a
Alex.
man.
It was a lot of fun. It was cool. They said in the email, it's like there was only 2 people on the ride at 8:30 p.m. and we had a biohazard cleanup. While one did try to clean it up, we really appreciate it. We still had to sanitize.
Yeah.
There's only 2 people on the first shuttle?
That's what they said.
8:30, 2 people.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. And considering that we didn't get to take the shuttle, that also sucks.
That was a debacle.
Yeah, I mean, not from me.
I wasn't present, dude. I literally was just like, somebody will get me home. They're not going to forget me.
Yeah, I think what would have been more effective instead of having one shuttle just like 4 times throughout the night, we just did like 2 or 3 big shuttles at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Instead.
I was kind of thinking, like,
more effective.
let's stack like 30 people in that RV. We're going to the casino, and all of a sudden I see the RV just leaving the parking lot. And I'm like, oh no,
they are leaving me.
Yeah, I will get left here.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it was probably better that they puked on the shuttle and not my dad's RV.
Yeah,
so.
that is definitely better.
I would much rather have it that way. Yeah, good thing. I mean, really no drama, surprisingly.
No.
I was very surprised that there was no fights.
Yeah,
or
no drama at the wedding.
Good vibes. I think it has a lot to do with Luke. Everyone was on such a good vibe.
Yeah,
everyone's 100%. Like, we're just here to party. We're not here for drama.
Everybody was too busy dancing to like get in arguments and fight. Like there was no talking.
There was no words exchanged. No. It was facial expressions and then like hand motions. Come here.
Yeah.
Go away. Over there. Where is he? You know, those are like the common.
Yeah.
That was the only communication. Otherwise, it was just fist bumping and ripping clothes off.
Yesterday, I felt fine. Today, I thought my right arm was gonna fall off when I woke up, dude. I fist bumped till my arms fall out.
My legs and my fucking ass are sore.
Yeah.
From jumping up and down. The outside of my booty cheeks, not the inside.
I have not like jumped or anything really since I got the boot off my ankle.
Yeah.
My ankle hurts so bad today still, and yesterday was fucking bad, dude. I've been limping all day today.
Yeah.
It's not good.
She wasn't ready.
No, she was barking, dude.
They weren't ready for dude, those shoes made my feet swell up so bad.
I got rid of them fuckers right after the wedding. We did our dance out and I was in my normal shoes.
I should have. I just felt obligated to stay in my get up. You know, I felt obligated to stay in the tux.
I think I completed about 5 thoughts that night. And one of them was not changing my shoes. Like I was miserable, hated life. I had a full change of really comfy clothes in the RV with nice shoes. Fuck no. I end up losing everything, all of my clothes, and just walking around in dress shoes.
Yeah. What did you say you lost throughout the night?
I lost the tie for the suit. I lost the undershirt for the suit. I lost my sunglasses, and I lost the cap to the Yeti cup. I'm going to call them tomorrow and see if they got any of the stuff.
That is so funny. We were going through wedding presents this morning and cards, and Taylor's cousin drew a portrait of the wedding, and it was like Taylor in a wedding dress, me in a tux, and then it was her mom in the crowd, and it was labeled mom, and it was the Jessica crying, and it said, "They grow too fast." Taylor and I walking down the aisle.
That's awesome. Dude.
So funny.
Well, I just want to talk about, I'm looking at the monitor here, and do you see how phenomenal that sign looks in the background there?
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Dude, I
we added it.
Right above Kody and Dalton.
Oh, it's changing colors.
I changed it to that one. Yeah.
Oh.
I changed it. Uh-oh. The white's a little bright. What'd you say? Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Is half of your headphones not working?
No.
Oh, it's just yours.
Oh, you're having a stroke.
I'm having a stroke. I can't hear anything. Yeah, dude, it does cool stuff, man.
It rotates.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but
Yeah,
Tyler,
you can't really pick
who
that
made
up.
that for us?
Contrast the two out. Yeah, Spindler Wood Designs out of Pine City here made it for us. He kind of told us a while back. He's like, "Yeah, I want to make a sign for you guys," and I'm like, "Absolutely, I need it. Like, let's do it." And I just got it here last week, and it's phenomenal.
Dude,
I
that
love
sign is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
I like it a lot,
That's sick.
and it looks really good on the camera too.
Well, we'll have to post a picture of it or something, because if you're just listening to this, you probably can't hear how the sign looks.
Yeah, I had it on the story. I put it on the story last week.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did post a photo of it. Hey, on the plus side, boys, we're able to make money off of live streaming now on the Facebook
that's
page.
that's what we were
We were
talking
trying
about.
to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I was saying, Cody's leaving on the honeymoon. I'm like, would you have any idea how to set up streaming? Like, maybe I should sit here and play games this week.
Streamlabs?
Yes.
Is that still what Abby uses for streaming?
Yeah. Well, when
Same
she
thing.
did, yeah.
We can connect it up to a Facebook account instead of a Twitch.
Yeah, but you need to have a capture card.
I have multiple.
Okay, I was gonna say, I imagine you do. I just don't know how all your shit's rigged. So
We're good to go.
I told
Yeah,
Tyler,
it
I
is.
was like-
It is a little bit backwards, so we might have to figure it out when I'm back. But
Are you telling me I should bring my Xbox here and just play a game here this week?
I'd be kind of dope.
Well, you have to set it up before he leaves.
Yeah, that probably ain't happen.
We have to figure that out.
We'll figure it out. I know where everything is plugged into my computer. So if you just said, "Hey, I need this," I could tell you it's in this slot, top side or back of the.
Well, I'll tell you right now, after this recording today, it's currently Sunday, 2 days after the wedding. I'm still not doing anything the rest of the day. I played games this morning. Doing this, I'm playing games tonight.
Dude, I
That's on the
literally
agenda.
blinked on Wednesday, and now all of a sudden it's Sunday.
It's crazy.
The week has flown by. Everything just went incredibly fast, but it was so much fun.
Well, even
I'm so
starting
happy
Wednesday
that
night we got so fucking
Yeah,
hammered
that's true.
Wednesday night.
That is very true. I'm very happy that we had a professional photographer there because I took 0 photos the entire night, just totally in the moment, vibing out to the bass and just getting my absolute DNA rearranged by the bass.
I found it surprising that everybody listened to not bringing their phones out when Taylor walked down.
I was very surprised.
They announced it, and no one broke that rule. I was like, wow.
I would have thrown
Usually,
those, dude.
you'll have people do it even if they announce it.
Somebody's cousin, aunt, somebody.
It's
not a guy.
That's my biggest pet peeve, dude.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, at your wedding there was someone in front of us with an Android,
yeah.
recording the whole thing.
You just had to say that they had an Android.
Yeah, I did because the fucker was in 1080p, dude.
It was actually nuts because it was literally right in front of us. I was sitting next to him at your wedding. It was right in front of us, and they weren't even recording. The camera app was open. I'm like, I don't want to just say, hey, you're not recording, but it was a weird gray area.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even want to say
And ours
you're
was
not record.
ours
because
was
you shouldn't
super
be doing it.
intimate too. There's only 30,
yes,
40, 50 of us in there.
Intimate. Yeah.
That was so
Tiny
fun.
ass little room, but whatever. I don't remember any, dude, literally 10 feet out in front of me to my left when we're doing our vows, you were all a blur. I think I looked at you two and you're just
Same thing.
Like so happy. You're like,
Same thing. I'm standing up there and I didn't even, I like picked out of the crowd, maybe like 4 or 5 people. Everyone else was just a haze.
yeah, you just don't
Like,
remember.
this
It's
is
just like,
crazy. And our
everything's
ceremony
gone.
went very fast too. Someone timed it. They said it was like 4 minutes and 58 seconds or something like that. It was very
it was
short.
quick.
It was very short.
I was
It
like,
was
that's
kind of weird because me being best man, like it was like Taylor was like looking right at me, and I was like didn't want to look anywhere. I'm like looking at the back of your head, you know.
Yeah.
And then every time Taylor would look away from you, it's like she just like looked right at me. I'm like, fuck, don't look at me. What do I do?
start doing magic tricks.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a Girl Scout hater on our page.
You
a little
did
bit.
a little bit. Tracy. Tracy.
I don't remember her last name.
Tracy with the Honda?
Tracy with the ass.
What did she comment on? I saw you replied to it. What did she say? This was on the Girl Scout video?
Yeah, this is great and all, but did you actually have any girls out there selling cookies? My troop braved the cold in Sandstone to sell cookies and stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if she was trying to say like we were just pretending to be Girl Scouts selling someone else's cookies,
And for
or
this video,
if the
too.
girls were there at all,
Yeah.
or what. Yeah, it was kind of a weird.
I think what she thought was we were just selling cookies, like any kind of cookie, not Girl Scout cookies, to people for profit and
Yeah.
making a video about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is what I think she was getting at.
Yeah. But
It was cold when we were out there. It was literally
it was
20 degrees.
really fucking cold.
We were in
And
skirts and t-shirts.
From noon to 6 o'clock.
I put my jacket on for maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was in just a
It was so
skirt
cold,
and
dude.
t-shirt.
Yeah, because I think I pulled up at like 5:30. I was like, "How long you guys been out here?" You're like, "Oh, since 3." I'm like, "What?"
And we recorded the skit at noon. We
Yeah.
were outside
It was,
at
yeah.
noon.
Shit, dude.
Heavy content day.
Long day.
Heavy content
But
day.
that video came out incredible, and the feedback has just been amazing. Like
So
everybody at
good.
the wedding, it's just been, it's great.
I got stopped in Walmart. Oh wait, that was a different skit. Sorry. No, maybe it was that one.
That's fine. Compliments are compliments.
Yeah,
man.
somebody stopped to compliment us in Walmart, and I was like,
How cool is
I
that?
wasn't in it, but yeah, sounds good.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, speaking of that, are we going to do some sort of a cable guy skit, dog?
I could do a kid skit.
Cable guy.
Cable guys be like.
I got a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of shit that people
I'm
say.
sure,
I
yeah.
used to work for the cable company. That's the #1 most annoying shit. It's like, no, dude, you were a contractor. Totally different.
I'm the real deal. I run.
Oh, like
cable.
companies that the cable company would hire out?
Yeah, like you'd go to somebody's house and be like, yeah, back when I was a cable guy, I'd be like, no, don't even talk to me. You don't know shit. You're why I'm here.
I didn't know it was so ruthless.
Oh,
I
it's,
didn't realize
it's
that either.
cold-blooded.
It is.
It's bad. Between that in-house and
What do you think the biggest rivalry in blue collar work is? 'Cause I know, like,
electricians versus
versus
carpenters.
Oh,
Yep.
really? Okay. I was
100%.
gonna say electricians versus someone else.
It'd be
think,
like electricians and laborers mainly.
Literally. Yeah.
probably.
Sheetrockers and electricians.
So
No.
sheetrockers and electricians?
No,
oh,
we
because they
have
gotta
to-
like rip through the.
We got to get along.
They mud up. They like all the fucking light sockets. If you piss them off, they'll just fill them with mud
Yeah.
when they're Yeah, mud.
Yeah, but
happens.
it's you got to get along with them. It's like it's
You
like
have to, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you just have to. It's like us in Canada, you know. We're attached to the hip.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they
Your
build,
bullshit
they build our
is
Chevy
my bullshit.
Silverados. They build our Chevy Silverados, and we, supply the oil,
Sure.
whatever.
Oh.
I don't think we do.
I don't know what we
I
do
don't
for
think
them.
we do either. But you think the biggest rivalry is carpenters and electricians?
Yeah.
And what are electricians known for? Because like
Leaving
leaving
their
all their trash
dirty
and shit.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I've never worked
unorganized.
a blue collar job more than like a couple days to help someone else out that I know.
I never did it because my stepdad is a carpenter, and I always heard it. But like, you'll get electricians that'll just, you strip your wires and you get these little bits that come off. They just leave them on the floor, but
Oh,
they're
yeah.
doing like 100 fucking wires in one room.
Yeah.
So it's just littered.
Everywhere.
And it's like, dude, there's a fucking broom like in that room.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the thought is like, oh, leave it to a laborer, they'll get it. That's their job, because there are certain jobs,
That they
bigger
just
bigger
clean up.
ones where like that's the guy's thing. But he's like going through the whole thing. He's not looking to get every little. So that's like the main thing. They go into a room and they can't fucking stand because our wire's all over.
If anything, it's the largest known rivalry. I
Yeah.
think. Like everybody hates the
It's
electricians.
pretty much everybody versus the electricians. I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Oh
What
yeah.
about- what
they're
about
and they're well
plumbers?
paid. So.
Are
Plumbers?
plumbers under heat at all, or are they
No.
pretty cool?
They're there before everybody.
And they really have to work with people because if they're not in before certain things are in, they can't do anything.
Yeah, and plumber's pretty broad. Like, you've got HVAC guys. Technically, it's the same union. They're in there right alongside what I used to do, which is low voltage, because they have ductwork and shit, and that's all controlled by low voltage stuff. So we have to Be buddy with them. The ceiling grid guys are assholes.
The what?
Ceiling grid guys.
Really?
They know it too. That you like, dude, you'll be in a room or in a building, it'll be just huge layout, and you can see them start putting a grid up, and you're like, oh shit, because you gotta get your ladder up in between all kinds of shit. So you start panicking and putting devices up as fast as you fucking can. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. That one's bad.
We just gave him PTSD.
Yeah.
Like, just give me a lawnmower. Fuck this.
Yeah, and you're like pissed at them, but like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, right.
You're
It's
gonna get
all
mad.
work.
That's
It's
it.
all work. Yeah.
They're not
And
gonna
at the end of the
slow
day,
down.
they're just doing their job too.
Right. But sometimes they'll skip a room just to fuck you.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They've like started in the fucking main feed room before. It's like, what are you doing in here? You know that we're gonna
You know
fucking
what you
suck.
did. You know what you did.
We're gonna break your grid, boy.
What do you guys think is a blue collar job that is the least respected but deserves more?
Plumber.
Plumber?
Oh boy.
Fuck yeah, plumber.
I mean, like a new construction plumber, or like
Oh,
they're going into your
In general, dude.
dude. New construction plumbing is, I would assume, way easier than a live sewer and shit.
Or
Oh,
like
yeah.
a guy that answers the call when we call for a plumber.
Like
Yeah.
a handyman. Dude, those guys, I bet they've seen some shit. They got to deal with
Yeah.
like them P-traps that have like old, nasty stuff in there. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck.
I have a close buddy that's a plumber, and he sends me some videos that make me gag, and I'm just watching the fucking video.
Yeah.
Like, some of the basements that you go into are worse than you could ever imagine.
Oh, I would imagine.
And I've seen some really fucked
That's
up
disgusting.
basements. When I did basement waterproofing and stuff, I couldn't believe, because these places flood and they didn't like fix them or nothing. Like the whole place is just wet and like molding and just.
Yeah, climbing up the wall, kind of. Yep.
I had this one house I went into. I wasn't even in there for waterproofing. Their egress window was like collapsing in, like getting pushed in from fucking the dirt.
Oh wow.
So I did. Yeah, it was a very uncommon thing. Really weird.
Yeah.
And their basement was so fucked. And I'm like, I need to have an inspector come and inspect this. And I just want to be straight up with you. This house might be like
Condemned.
plagued.
Yeah.
Condemned for, like, you might get kicked out.
Safety wise.
I had to sit the homeowner down and be like, this is real thing. Like, if I need an inspector here, but I don't know what he's going to say about this. And he's like, just do it. Just do it. I'm like, okay. And I wasn't there when the inspector came, but it all worked out, I guess.
Dang.
But it was like a hidden door. Like, it was a super nice house. Like, the upstairs and shit was like rich, like a really rich person's house in like 94.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Like,
Yep.
yeah, gold, everything, and chandeliers, that type of stuff. And it was like in YZ or something. And they had like this fake door that like blended in with the wall to go in the basement. And the basement was like hoarder's paradise. Like nobody's been
Dang.
down there. It was fucking creepy.
You almost got to wonder how many people do that. Like they,
Yeah.
these people put on the facade of I have a nice big house, but
Yeah.
then they have like, just shit stacked in their garage or like
just disgusting.
basement or whatever.
Yeah. And that's what you see when you do homes and stuff.
I
You
saw-
do see it all the time.
I
You see
saw a
it too.
house. I was so big I got lost. I'm not kidding. It was just laid out really fucking weird. Like it's from it's Duluth. It's 18 whatever how old the place is. But every 25 years somebody added something to this damn house. So there's like room, wall, room, wall, open area. I'm like, what the fuck? I had to call the guy when I was in his house, like, dude, I don't know where the fuck I am. And I don't know how to get back to you. We're in the basement. And he's like, oh, whatever, guided me back downstairs. And then we're walking, and we just casually step over in the basement, a whole bowling alley. And I'm like, oh, we're just going to pretend that there's not a bowling alley in your basement? He's like, yeah, pretty cool, huh? I kind of forget it's there because I'm used to it.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, dude, that's a whole bowling alley. And then it looks like normal, like this on the other half of the basement. I was like,
That's wild.
just nuts.
Just like brick walls.
yeah,
And shit.
yeah, just
That's crazy.
like blue stone.
That's
we always
insane.
hated it because you can't drill through it. But
That's nuts. When I was real young, like maybe a year or two after my parents got divorced, my dad was dating this chick who had like a mansion in Duluth. And I remember we went and stayed with her, and she had like 4 kids, and one of them was my age, so we got along real well. And they had their playroom was like in this hidden room that went to the attic.
Yeah.
And there was like, this was a really old, what are they called? Victorian home.
Yeah.
Where there's like hidden passageways for like what would have been the
And like
butlers.
no hallways. You had to walk through rooms to get to rooms.
Yeah, there was hidden hallways because there was like butlers and shit back in the day when there was like slaves and stuff. And so you didn't have to see them unless they were like serving people.
Yeah.
yeah,
So there's like all these hidden passages going through the house, and they would take me like into these rooms, and I again like same deal. I had no idea where we were, and it was just like a big maze, and I don't even think I saw the whole house.
yeah. You get a lot of that up there. Like you'll see the big house, and then there'll be like a a mother-in-law house. It's like that's what that house
okay.
was. The servants would live there.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
That's nuts.
The big house would be like, facing the lake. The backside just opens up to this beautiful lawn, opens up to the lake, and then you got this, 150 yards away is just a little brick building, and
That's
that's
crazy.
where they would hang.
There was nothing special about like the quality of this house. Like it would have been very nice in like, the 20s.
Yep.
Right.
And then now it's like very old. And
everybody
there's,
just sheetrocks it.
plaster breaking all over the place. And it was not, don't get me wrong, one of the biggest houses I've ever been in, but like it was very creepy.
Yeah, they're all like retrofitted. Like they didn't have, when they built these things, they didn't have electricity. So they would like build out the wall and then run the wires behind, behind the fake wall. But then when they did that, it was like whatever that, you lay the board and the plaster. You know what I'm talking about? The little strips of board.
The
slat?
slat?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like, that shit don't last.
Dude, my house in Grand Forks, we had that plaster slat for the walls, and I'd never seen that before. So I'm like trying.
Stud finding on that shit is impossible.
That's how I did that, and I'm like, I have no idea where a stud is because it's just constantly going off. And finally, I'm like, screw it, I'll just take out my over the range microwave and hit into the wall right there and see what's behind here.
Yeah.
Sure as shit, it was literally just like concrete and wood.
Yep.
And it was hard as hell to get through it.
Yep.
And I'm like, no wonder why we can't hang shit on these
And
walls.
if you hit it in the wrong spot, a big ass chunk will break off.
Yeah, it's very fragile. Yeah, you like I hit one spot with a hammer, and the chunk, like the size of a baseball, just bloop, fell right onto my stove. I'm like, dang, this is gonna suck.
Now we're in the home improvement section.
Yeah, we pivoted hard, but
It's
hey.
sold
that's
now.
wild.
It's sold now, so it's someone else's problem.
Yeah.
Officially, I am homeless.
Oh, you did. You did sell that.
Well, not technically. April 1st, but yeah, officially I am homeless.
April 1st, they're going to be like, haha, just fucking kidding.
Oh, dude, don't
That would
say that.
suck. I got a really good offer a couple of months ago on that place.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, sweet. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking to Taylor. I'm like, I think we should accept it. Whatever. It was like $5,000 over what we were asking.
Yeah.
Next day I get a call. Yeah, that couple that submitted that offer yesterday, they are actually pulling out. The husband actually got indicted on felony charges. So they will not be purchasing the house. And I'm like, oh my God. That sucks.
You should have gave another offer like $5,000 less. Hear me out.
This will help. This will help. Hey, the wife's still going to need a place to stay, buddy. Well, so yeah, moral of the story,
Don't get
sold the
caught.
house. Don't get caught.
Don't commit a felony.
Don't get caught on felony charges.
Oh,
and
hey.
you can buy a house.
Speaking of felony charges, I have a cool little conundrum that popped up. So you know how I hate my Facebook memories?
Yes.
I finally had a good one. 11 years ago, apparently I was pondering if you were a conjoined twin and one of you committed and let's say perfect scenario, you each control a leg and an arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one of them commits a crime, petty, heinous, doesn't matter. How does that person get punished?
Well, both of them would be in trouble.
Would they though?
They're the same person.
Guilty
But
by
they're not.
association.
They have two separate heads. They think separately. They control one half of the same body.
Then they
Legally,
could've
you're
fought
right.
it
That is
and-
still two people.
There's a lot of people like debating what would happen, and there are 3 cases where it happened, and the outcome was always the same.
What's the same?
They did not charge them. One of them was murder,
Really?
and then another one was assault. So
fuck?
one was in like an Asian country, the Philippines, Asia, China, something, and
Same difference.
one of them started a fight. They were like a sideshow act, of course, and one of them started a fight with like patrons,
Okay.
or they were picking on him. They're picking on him. He defended himself and like struck the dude, but then they started like beating the living shit out of his other half. So he drew a gun and shot the guy to save his twin.
Oh.
And then they were like, I mean, kind of self-defense. He dies,
Oh,
he
yeah,
dies.
for
Like
sure,
they
yeah.
both die.
Yeah.
And they were gonna sentence him for like murder or like whatever. And he's like, well, you can't, because if
What
he
about
goes
him?
to prison, then I have to go to prison, and I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And so it was like this weird. The judge probably just was like,
Wow.
I don't know, let him go.
Are you sure that wasn't American Horror Story you were watching?
No, it wasn't. They did reference that in the article though.
They think they did, yeah.
Is that from American Horror Story?
It's not from there, but American Horror Story does a very good job at doing real stories in their shit.
Yeah.
And in Freak Show, I believe
They did reference. Yep, that's exactly what they said.
The conjoined twins killed somebody in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was one with, like in France where they didn't give the outcome. It's like they went through all the trouble to tell you exactly the crime that had happened, but didn't tell you how they punished him, which is like thanks history.
Oh, what the
That's
fuck?
fucking great.
Yeah.
But what would you guys think? I mean, I personally would think you can't charge him.
I would say yeah, because
There would have to be some sort of other punishment
call
that
it-
was maybe monetary. Like, hey, you have to pay this big fine.
They played a
there's gotta
role
be
in
something.
that crime. Because even if you control half the body, you could have stopped that
But
person.
let's say the scenario was you couldn't. Let's say it was you were walking down the street, you didn't know your boy was packing some heat, and all of a sudden just random stranger, whack, and you're like, didn't even have time to get your other hand.
Right. Or hear
Dude,
me out.
I don't
And
think
then you
that
like
happens.
Hear me out.
He
Hear
would
me
have
this
seen
scenario.
him put the heat on, dude. They're together all the time. He would have known that guy's packing
You
heat.
could do some shit.
But listen. Imagine this scenario. While he may still be guilty by association, just for being there, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it is still lesser for just being there than it is for actually killing someone,
Well,
right?
yeah,
right.
yeah,
How can you charge them differently? Even if he is still guilty, you can't charge them differently. So, like,
But yeah, and you
what the
can't-
hell do you do?
I don't think you send him to prison. I don't think you can.
Especially,
you could-
especially
there
two
were
asses
some-
in the shower.
They were they were saying some shit like you could charge them both with conspiracy somehow, but you'd have to prove that the one twin knew. And how are you gonna do that? You can't prove that he knew. He's right there, sure, but
God damn, that's
a
wild.
ride.
If
That's
anyone
a
has an
ride.
answer for this, DM us,
I
please.
mean there are conjoined twins who are connected by an organ.
Yeah.
You know, so they have
What are the- what
four
are-
four sets of everything.
Well, then I think they
what
cut
does
him
church
off.
entertainment have to do with this?
Well, like some of them share a liver, and you can't exactly split. I mean, you can possibly, but one of them might die if you're sharing an organ.
Yeah, that's a good point. Then you get into the whole conjoined twins thing. Like there is some that share organs. There is some that have separate organs.
Yeah, there was one that was like sentenced to death, and then the brother pleaded his case and was like, and the judge was like,
I just watched a video on this kind of thing where they were talking about taxes. Do you tax them as just one person or two people, or if they have a job?
All right,
do you
Jake.
pay them twice the same?
We don't want to know what
that's a
kind of
great
videos
question.
you've been watching with conjoined twins. Okay?
It was quite interesting.
That is very interesting. That's a good point.
We've
It's like pay.
We've
Pay's a
seen
good point.
Jake's search history. We don't know what kind of source he's getting this stuff from. For all we know, it could be the hub.
There was even another. They branched off from conjoined and just said identical twins.
Okay.
So back in
okay.
the day when you didn't have fingerprinting and all that going on, because
Yep.
obviously identical twins do not have the same fingerprint. But if they were identical and one of them committed a crime, one of them murdered somebody, let's say,
Yeah.
but you couldn't. You know, I saw him do it. Well, did you? Because it could have been him.
Yeah.
And then one of them's lying, saying, "No, it wasn't me. It was him."
Dude, that's
And then the honest one's like, "No, it wasn't me. It was him."
and that's why forensics were invented, I think.
Yeah.
Because back
Yeah.
in the day, you could literally just restart your life as many times as you want because a town fucking 50 miles away would take you 2 days to get to it. So like they would just restart their whole life, say you're a new person when you walk in, and they wouldn't even know better.
Yeah, think of like Wild West too. Like the
Yeah.
people with horses and shit that would just travel around the whole country.
Yeah.
There was a case.
don't give a shit.
There was a case of a dude just over the river in just past
Wisconsin?
Yeah, but just past
yeah.
Grantsburg or something.
Okay.
There's a body that was discovered in 1999 of an old man, and they knew him as so and so, and they identified him as that. But then they realized that that is not his name. That is like a pseudonym name he came up with, and they had to get with like the Las Vegas Police Department, the Wisconsin State Crime Lab, a bunch of, and it
So
took
much
them
more
till
work.
this year to actually identify the dude. They didn't give any good details on who he was or why he changed his name.
That's crazy.
They just notified his brother.
So
Yeah,
they
a
don't
whole
know
different-
why.
Nope, they didn't tell us. How about that?
Damn, this is opening up a whole new world for me. I haven't thought of either of these things.
I know.
You're just on a ride right now, Sam?
Dude, I
Where's your
am.
head
I'm
at?
I'm just mind blown. My mind is just running right now.
That shit was 11. That thought was 11 years old. Like 11 years ago, I thought that shit. What was I? 16? 16. I was thinking this weird shit. What's wrong with me? Ooh.
Bad start, dude. That's before you killed that last guy.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. I killed him 2 years later. With a pen.
John Daltonson.
With a pen.
Unreal.
Brody helped me. It was fucked up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's fucked up. Do you think? Oh fuck. This goes back to the whole twins thing.
Did the bomba just hit you or what?
Oh,
Rihanna bit me.
you lucky bastard.
Sorry.
I don't know. I lost my
fucked
train
your
of
shit
thought.
up.
Sorry, lost my train of thought. My wife is blowing up my phone.
My wife. Is she saying, are you at the podcast? Are you really recording right now? We have to get to the airport.
I actually didn't tell her I was going on the podcast. She just asked if I will be a while.
I knew it, dude. Nah, we won't be.
That's a weird one to get used to, is calling her your wife.
That is
Eventually
weird.
it stops being weird, though.
It feels weird having this thing on my finger.
You'll get used to that, too. You'll
Let's
forget
get
it's
it
there.
tattooed on, dude. Fuck that.
Don't do that.
What?
I'll wait till I'm like 50 to do that.
That sounds about as cool as putting pine trees on your arm right now.
I think I'd just get it tattooed. Then I don't have to worry about ever like not having it on.
What if you get divorced?
Dude, you would believe the laser removal is becoming very good. Tattoos are not permanent anymore.
Which brings us to a word from our sponsor, laser removal.
Yeah, seriously, tattoos are not permanent anymore. You can get shit removed. It's a lot more painful than getting it on, and it's more expensive. But if I was going through a divorce, the laser tattoo removal would be cheaper than the divorce, and it would be a story.
Okay. Do you know people that have had the laser removal? Have you seen a removed tattoo? It's still like scarred up. Like the ones that I've seen, it's still like
But at least
kind
it
of
doesn't
in
say
the image
like
of it's just like
Candy or
a different
Cindy.
Yeah,
on
that's
my
a good
ass,
point.
you know?
It's just the color of skin is like different.
Like seeing
looks
videos of
weird.
that shit. Have you guys seen videos?
Yeah,
of
it's
people
like
getting
burning
your
It's
skin
off.
It is crazy how
you
that works.
But like, think about it. It's going to be 5 years. It's probably going to be like at least 5 years until I get married, and then I would hope like at least 3 months until I get a divorce. Could you imagine where? Could you imagine where technology will be at in another 5
That's a good
years and 3
point.
months from now?
You'll just put it in a scanner and boom, it'll just be deleted off of your
literally.
skin.
That's how tattoos will come. They'll just print it on your skin.
Ooh, direct to skin.
Yeah,
Direct to skin
let's
printing.
Make that.
You just go through
DTS.
full body tats. Just,
Yeah. Little.
That's actually a really good idea. You think there would be something that you could make like a pad where it's just needles in the form
Oh my
of
God.
whatever you want, and there's ink already preloaded, and it's just like this one stamp into your skin.
maybe for like small, non-detailed, like a smiley face, you could probably get away with something like that, but it would
Yeah.
look like a tribal tattoo vibe, not a.
Right. Whereas no,
Because you have to go over the same spot, you know.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
You're not just one pass. It's like slowly rotating. It's like a fucking slap chop for your arm.
Sounds like some like torture device, bed of nails type shit.
Yeah, no shit. It's the dude selling the fucking sham wow, just smacking that fucking thing.
But wait, there's more. We'll include a gag ball with your order. Free shipping.
Comes with a smiley face and
actually would
a pot leaf.
Okay, so if there was no gradient or highlighting or anything like that involved, could you theoretically we're gonna have to get a hold of Trent.
Okay,
We're
hear
gonna
me
have to
out.
ask Trent.
I know a guy, or knew a guy, I should say, that gave himself a smiley face tattoo with a Bic pen and a vibrating toothbrush. So I think you could come up with a slap shot tattoo
You know what's
fucking thing, and
actually-
somebody would do it.
Stick and poke, dude.
I don't remember where, but Nolan, who was in the bridal party with us,
Yes.
and we tried giving ourselves crosshair tattoos on our arms somewhere, and I don't remember where. It stuck for a couple months.
Yeah.
But it was with
Scared? Were you scared?
No, I thought it was cool as hell. I was like 13, you know. It was a needle and ink from a ballpoint pen, and I would like put the ink on the needle and like. Dude, we'd like jam it into our hands, and we made a circle with a basically a plus sign in it. It's just crosshair. I don't remember where it was, but it stuck for a while. Now it's gone.
Your body probably just got
Dude,
to it
you're
eventually.
lucky you didn't lose your fucking hand. Like with
I
staph
don't know.
infections and shit.
I know.
There was
As a kid, I was like, "This is sweet. I want a tattoo."
Yeah, I seen a guy. There was a guy on TikTok that they got hammered and did a stick and poke on his leg. Fucking had to get his leg amputated.
Oh,
Lost his leg.
we heated up the needle with a lighter so it was sanitized.
Oh, yeah, you took all the precautions.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell me you were being safe about it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's what a lot of tattoo artists just
They forgot to use a lighter.
They try to just get you in this scam that you need to sanitize. Well, no, you need to just light the stuff on fire.
Get the 160, dude. Medium rare. Medium rare, your needle. You're good.
We're good.
Yep. And then call it a day. But do you think that you could, for example, like I remember Trent saying that there was a lot of cliche, simple, like smiley faces, palm trees, roses. I would imagine that people get all the time, very small in hidden
Anchor,
places. Could you
butterfly.
just make a freaking needle stamp? Just
I bet.
Boom.
Dude. I
Yeah.
bet. I
one
bet.
hit, boom,
100%.
next one, boom,
Yeah.
next one, boom, next
I bet
one.
you could. I bet you couldn't. I bet you could like kind of change. Like it wouldn't have to be perfect. You could make it like a dot.
Okay.
So you didn't need as many needles. You can make that like trendy.
Yeah. Okay. After this episode, we're gonna FaceTime Trent.
Well,
and we're gonna ask him.
The government's going to make it first for all of our serial numbers during World War III.
Yeah, good point.
Okay. What did you say again? I'm not comprehending what you just said to me.
No, they're going to have little stamps.
Oh,
where they can
serial
just, like,
numbers.
stamp serial numbers into us so they know whoever.
Dibs on 8.
QR codes.
Yeah.
Just QR codes that can scan our
Yeah,
body.
do you think I can like custom order my vanity plate serial number tattoo?
Vanity plate.
So I can be like 800835.
Boobies. I actually thought of a sweet tattoo, but I don't know the logistics behind it. Of doing like a QR code to a photo album. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be dope, but I don't know if like.
But what if you-
it changes?
Right. I was gonna
Then
say
you
like
could never get that QR code back, and you'd be fucked.
the service. Well, you could still use the URL that it brings you to, but you'd have to like own the rights to that URL, right?
Right.
And then
So you just have to have a
in
domain.
case-
You
just
just-
in case it changes.
So you'd have to create a domain and put your photos on that site, and it'd be like a photo album, and then you could have it lead to it, right?
That's
is over
scary
my
because
head.
you're like.
But what if couldn't the QR code itself change to the URL? Right? You
Yeah.
could like reshuffle the squares.
You
That's
can.
what I'm worried about. Because if you did that, then like you got a fucking stupid ass looking QR code.
You could have one that stays
Cross
the
it out,
same
not
all
this
the
one,
time.
that one.
You're still at the mercy of like the person who hosts the servers, though, too. You know.
Yeah, but
like if
some
all
of
of a
that
sudden
shit's not changing.
internet gets wiped out, then like, oh shit, now I just have
Like
blocks
if-
on my arm.
Like if Google's hosting your domain, there's a good chance that's always gonna be around.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You get
I mean,
fat, and then it like
Changes the
it
square.
changes the QR code, and it brings you to Pornhub or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Just I won't put it on my belly. How about that? Put it
think
somewhere it
I-
doesn't grow very well. Shoulder blade, something. I don't know.
I think I told this before, but when I was selling cars, there was this old guy who like was a huge dick to me because that was always the thing. Like in car sales, the new guy was like hazed, right? And that's why they have such a big turnover rate because the old guys don't want you stealing their customers. So like this old guy, I don't remember what it was. He was just a huge dick to me. So one day we're in a meeting and he was always very anti-technology. So he just refused to change to anything, but unless he had to. So I told him one day, like, hey, just so you know, we just got out of the meeting. Just so you know, we changed all of our trade-in evaluation to redtube.com. So make sure you plug in your vehicles on RedTube now instead of our old calculator thing that we had. And he's like, okay, yep, sounds good. He had customers at his desk literally that same day. And he goes, redtube.com. And this dude, just lazy dude. He had his computer right in the middle of his desk so everyone could see. Like the customers.
god!
Go to redtube.com, punches
You are
it
the
up.
fucking worst.
Hey, this guy was a huge dick to me.
Anyway,
It was not unprovoked. It was not just a prank. Clicks it up, redtube.com. Oh, he's trying to exit out. He comes over. Hey, did I spell this thing wrong?
oh yeah, it's 2 O's, dude.
Oh, sorry, it's actually pornhub.com.
Did he get
No.
pissed at you?
No, he didn't think it was my fault. Because he had just assumed I was passing on information. I never owned up to it, but I thought it was really good.
Well, now you did, and if he's listening, which he probably isn't.
He might not be alive.
You were such a low key, just like menace to society.
That is
Love it.
dirty.
yeah.
Hey, I'm not shitting. He was a dick. He tried to steal my very first car sale ever.
And that's a lot coming from you because you literally only see the good in people. You never see the bad things in people.
Honest, I think there's
You're so
maybe
blinded.
5 people in my whole entire life that I can think of that I just don't really like.
Yeah. So when you say you don't like somebody, I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
He
that guy's
deserved
a
it.
bad guy.
He deserved a little.
Yeah.
Little core memory.
Yeah. I'm not trying to confront the dude in front of everyone and make an ass of myself either. You know what I mean? Because, when I start getting angry, then I'm like, say something that sounds stupid and then everyone starts laughing. That was
wonder
like
if-
my worst fear.
I wonder if we'll ever be that trickable. I don't think we will.
As old people?
Yeah, I think we're beyond it.
It's tough.
I don't know because the way the technology's changing now, I feel like I'm getting out of the loop already how shit
Yeah, but
works.
it's the
seriously.
same. I feel like it's going to be the same joke rewritten.
Dude, it took
from
me
here on
fucking
out. And
weeks to figure out TikTok.
yeah, but
How to post on TikTok and shit's much more complicated.
But do you think
for
somebody
me.
could have tricked you into going to a porn website via TikTok? No.
But RedTube sounds like YouTube.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, but
Sounds like any other
Red,
tube,
dude.
YouTube
Red is a legitimate.
That's
fucking
why they
thing.
changed it. It's YouTube Premium now, right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
not
why they
YouTube.
changed it?
Exactly. Yeah.
How
RedTube.
cool is that?
YouTube Red.
Wait till they find out a Pornhub premium, dude. They're gonna change it again.
YouTube Plus.
Honestly, it probably.
That
That's what
actually
everybody
surprises me that they don't have like a plus, whatever. It like is still a premium. That kind of falls along the lines when I think premium. I do kind of think
Snapchat Premium.
OnlyFans, Snapchat Premium.
Snapchat premiums were like the first. Were they not?
Yeah.
That's
gone
How
now,
do
right?
you buy that?
I don't
I never
know.
understood
I never
that concept.
figured that
Do you
out.
know, Sam?
I've never actually bought a premium Snapchat.
I don't know how it works. I just always thought, hey, you Venmo me X amount of money, and I just put you on my private story.
Yeah, that's what
I just assumed that's
What
what
is
it
it?
was, but you can actually buy through it, I guess. I don't
Is
know.
it
how to do
legit thing still?
Jake has Jake. Don't you have a Snapchat premium? What's it called?
Oh.
My private story. I just called it Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob. That's what it is.
That's what that is.
Jacob. I love it.
I was like, man, I must have been drunk. I remember
that
signing
one's
up for
my
this.
free one though. That's my free one.
What's the content on the real one?
Jake Tube.
Camera porn,
Naked bodies.
Hot.
naked lenses.
There's
big
his
black
cameras
long
with no lenses on it.
Yeah. Ooh, it's dirty. Gotta clean this lens.
I would. Yeah. I've never made a private story or anything. That's probably what I should have done back in college and shit. Instead of like my mom had to remove us off of Snapchat.
I blocked your mom on my
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah. We had to block all my cousins too because I kept telling my mom the shit that was going on the Snapchats.
Your cousin Trisha was kind of bad with that.
Oh yeah, dude. She was she would show my mom all the shit. I'm like, she does not need to see this.
Trisha was a little snitch.
Oh yeah, she's a snitch,
Yeah.
dude.
She listens to the pod too, so she'll know. She'll know.
She's a snitch.
She'll understand. Trisha,
I
hey,
live with her.
You
I'm going to
fucked up.
tell her she's a snitch when I get home.
Trisha, you fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I think meet us at the Legion. We're gonna do a karaoke night. When?
I don't know when. When is that official? What?
We'll announce a date. Keep your eyes
Yeah.
peeled. We're gonna be hosting a karaoke night at the
Oh, we're
American Legion.
hosting it.
Fucking right.
Yeah, we're hosting a karaoke competition. Prizes to be determined. It's going to be incredible.
We're gonna have some prize packs.
Yeah, we'll see how things work here in the next couple weeks or so. There might be some new merch coming out. Maybe some new designs. Check out our merch if you haven't seen them already. You know, not that many people have bought them. I think I got Bush lightened right here. You know,
Such a fire design.
it's a fire ass
So
design.
good.
Bodie
Love
kills
that.
it at Renegade Builders, and it's incredible. So
Shout out Bodie. We got another drop coming. What did we decide? 420.
yeah, the 420.
Bodie's making us some more shirts, more shirt designs. We're gonna be dropping them on 420.
Cody's like, when we were planning this and stuff, he's like, what do you think? Like the 19th would be good? It's like a Tuesday. Yeah, the 19th would be good. I'm like, why don't you just do 420 at that point?
Yeah.
It's the next day. Like, let's might as well. It's not going to be any theme like that, but it might as well just do that day.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Catch
people
everyone
will be
off guard when
they'll
they're-
all be on social media that day.
We'll catch everyone when they're all stoned to the bone, and hopefully
Your judgment's off and you
your
buy
cre-
a couple shirts.
Credit card's already started on your Google Chrome. You might as well pop on to ontapwiththeboys.com and pick up a shirt, or hit up repcps.com. Use code ONTAP for 10% off. That also gives us a little bit of a kickback if you spend money on there. So either way,
We're working on accepting Dogecoin and Bitcoin and shit. We're actually not. but
And
we should.
sexual favors.
Yeah. Oh, those are always accepted. and local checks.
Encouraged.
Local checks only.
local checks only.
If it bounces, it's a 20% fee.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Awesome. Oh, man, dude. I'd never even touched the sounds. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to On Tap with the Boys. Be sure to follow us on social media and stay updated. Tune in next week for another episode about Tyler's problems.
To call you out, but I couldn't find a good time.
What are you going to call me out for? You want to call me out?
Because
Call me out, dude.
Okay, all right.
Get the mics back on. What we
All
got
right,
going?
motherfucker.
What have we got going?
So, Tyler on this podcast has given me shit and has called me out for vaping.
This podcast?
And surprise to me, I walk in the studio last week and that motherfucker's chooching on his little douche flute.
I did break down. I was taking a break from drinking, and I'm like, I need a little bit of a cope here, and I went and bought an e-cig, and it was bad, dude. It was bad. Luckily enough, I lost it on Friday at the wedding.
So
All
you're
right?
done now? You're calling?
Hey, ask me next week. All right, we'll see you later.